All right, Jerry, we live.
Okay.
Was that black?
Nope, that was Hayden.
All right, I don't know what the hell's going on, man.
Hey,
All right, well, anyway, so we gotta get the show started, and so we shall.
show must go on, bro.
The show must go on. The show must go on. He jumped back out. All right, that's what's up. All right. Sorry, everybody. We started a bit late. You know what I mean? We having some technical difficulties on Black's end. He's trying to get connected back in here, and we will wait for his arrival. You know, we'll wait for his arrival.
He's in.
He's in.
I see. That's his screen.
No microphone selected. I sent the request. One request. I see the screen. Okay. I made a request, so hopefully we'll be able to hear him. If not, I don't know what to say. Still no microphone selected. I clicked it once, so. Yeah, all right. Anyway, Jerry, my man.
Yes, sir.
We back with another one. It's your boy M Max Rich, and this is Keeping My Podcast. I'm here with my boy Jay.
What's going on, everybody?
And my boy Black is here. He's trying to figure some things out because
Technical difficulties, man.
Yeah, I really don't know. Like, I feel like restarting my computer, but I know it's not my computer because you're talking. You know what I mean? So.
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, facts. So we in here with another one. Let me send this out to a few people real quick, Jay, because I never got to do that.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah.
What's it called? Copy the link.
In the meantime, in between time, how was the weekend, my brother?
My weekend was alright, man. You know, it's something light. I want to know. But since we do have the time right now, how did you feel about the Diddy verdict?
Yo, man, listen. I mean, the evidence wasn't there. What do you want me to say, man? Like, 3 of the most heinous of the charges got dropped, and what was it guilty for the trafficking, or we have to come back for that? What was the?
No, he got guilty for that one. That's the one he got guilty. No, he didn't get guilty of trafficking. He's innocent of he's innocent of all those charges. The only ones he got guilty of was prostitution.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I mean
prostitution across state lines.
That's still possible. 20 years, right? Like up to 20 years.
Up to 20 years for both of them. Up to 20 years. I think it's 10 years for each or something like that, or something to that degree. Or 5 years for each and up to 10 years. Yeah, 5 years for each and up to 10 years. That's if I remember correctly.
But Diddy's walking away, man. That's really what I want to say, and it's crazy because I honestly thought that once the FBI or whatever or the CIA came after you, it was over. They got you, but it didn't seem like they had all their ducks in a row for this one.
I mean, it does not look good for them. You know what I mean?
Which is crazy, man. I mean, his public image is absolutely tarnished, but I feel like, there's still going to be, a bunch of fans that, are loyal to him. And I'm not saying that I'm not or anything like that. I'm just, knowing the person behind the music is, just as scary as I always thought it would be for people of his stature. So it's sad stuff, really, man. But my heart goes out to all of the victims, of course. I'm not a fan of domestic abuse or.
But I want to ask you: are you okay with the verdict? Are you not okay with the verdict? Like, how do you feel about it?
Bro, it's rich people getting away with rich people things, bro. I mean, clearly Diddy has the kind of power that everybody understood him for having, because I mean, his lawyers and everyone, his team.
Hold on, Black. Your mic just worked. Whatever you just did, Black.
I know it's working. That's good.
Okay. Yeah. But you back on the iPad, huh?
Yeah, I have to go back on the iPad.
That echo is crazy.
Yeah, and that it's kind of lagging, but at least we can
Hello?
hear him.
Hello? Black?
Yep.
Nah. This ain't.
Can you hear me?
He said, "Nah,
Take off the earbuds. Take off the earbuds or something.
nah."
Hello? Hello? Black?
So nothing, bro.
All
You
right.
hear me? Yeah, there we go.
Wait, I hear him.
Say something, Black?
Something.
The iPad got that. The iPad itself has an echo. Put the volume down.
Just picking up on
And the video is almost heinous.
We can't see you, bro. You look like a oil painting.
Yo, my man said you look like oil painting is crazy.
Yeah, I'm dead ass. This nigga look like an oil painting.
God.
Am I wrong?
Yo, now the picture is a little, it's subpar, I must say. Instead of oil painting, that was crazy.
I'm trying to get this damn camera to fucking allow me to move the fuck over. Like, shit wants me in like a corner. I don't want to be in this corner. Like, seriously, I don't
Why
know
the
what else
camera
to
put you
do.
in the corner? It's crazy, bro. But what, I mean, what do you feel about this whole verdict, man? How do you feel about all of this? We've covered this pretty much from the beginning.
I mean, a lot of people have the same take as I did way back when I said that it seemed like Cassie was more of a willing participant than people like to believe. You know what I mean? And now that seems to be the consensus. Now a lot more people are saying that after hearing the story. You know what I mean? Like when you hear the stories about they saying, "Oh, who else am I gonna go to? Jay-Z's already taken." They wanted that lifestyle, and they were willing to deal with a lot of bullshit to have that lifestyle. You just like what's the name? 50 Cent baby moms. You know what I mean? Like if y'all want to be nasty, like you know what I mean? Like you sleep with dogs, you're gonna get fleas. You know what I mean? So that's the best way you can put it, right?
That's an interesting way to look at it. But yeah, no,
Huh?
I mean, listen, bro. I kind of have to agree with you, especially after this trial, that I feel like I do believe that Cassie was more of a willing participant than anything else, man. I don't know what is going to come of her marriage with her husband. I would imagine that this is a very impactful, negatively impactful part of their relationship now, moving forward. Um, but it's for me, it's just like, yo, to each his own, man. Listen, if he sticks with her and sticks through all of that, and women are saying, hey, yes, king, yes, because he's doing all that. I just know that if that's what it takes to be a good husband, I am a horrible, horrible husband because I would have left. There would have never been a chance for me to stay after I heard what I heard, bro. I wouldn't
Stay.
stay.
Stay where? Stay why? For what?
Stay married. Stay. Would you? Yeah.
Wait,
Would you
wait,
ask
Jerry.
for a divorce like right when you walked out of the courtroom?
I do have a question for you in regards to that though,
Go
because
for it.
you often say that what a woman does in her past has nothing to do with you. So, Jerry, so I want to ask you, all this happened before you were with her.
Right.
This is her past. You just happen to have gotten great detail about this particular dude in her past. You
Yes.
leaving?
I'm leaving.
Why?
Why am I leaving? Because she didn't tell me about any of this. She did not divulge.
You said that you
any
don't
of this
ask questions
information.
about you. You said you don't ask questions about the past.
No. If this was what she was saying, if this was my wife, and my wife was saying that she was abused and that she was taken advantage of, and I'm riding behind her back saying that she needs justice for what she went through. And then I come to find out that she asked for a lot of this stuff, like somewhat. And while she was with me, she went behind my back to go do stuff with him while we was on a break or whatever. Bro, it's you done passed the point of like return for me. Like there's so many points I feel like she could have kind of like remedied the situation with her husband, and she didn't. She chose to still, stick around and do freak offs. Still.
Type shit where she was going back after she done got it, after she done escaped to get some free calls.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the reason why I would leave. I wouldn't leave because she did those things in the past, and it's not like you're right. I wouldn't be necessarily the kind of husband that would ask her about those things. But if she is telling me that she was abused, and I'm sitting here getting upset, I'm like angry, I'm punching the wall because I'm like, I can't wait to do something to Diddy. And then I come to find out that these things were happening. Nah, bro. Like you make me feel like you make me look like the biggest idiot in the world, bro. And I've always said to you, Rich, you could attest to this, that I would rather respect over love any day of the week.
Yeah, all right. But my thing is, it still all happened before you. That's the thing, though.
Understandable. Again, understandable. This happened before you. There've been like women that I've spoken to in the past, or I've talked to, that have told me some crazy things that's happened to them, and and it's it's very like egregious stuff that I'm like, yo, I feel for you, because it's not like you wanted to be in that situation, in that position to do that. But if I come to find out that you, in fact, went back after you done got out of the situation and went to do some more of that stuff, it's either like he was successful in breaking you, meaning that you're not there mentally anymore, or you actually enjoyed this stuff. Either way, you weren't being honest with the person you were married to. So,
I'm sorry, Jerry. No, you said so what? So what? I apologize. I cut you out just now. What'd you say?
So I said at that point, that marriage is null and void in my eyes.
Okay, I respect that. Hold on, I'm about to pull you into the duo screen until Black comes in. All right.
All right, cool.
Give me 1 second. Boom. Until Black comes in, we're gonna pull you in here. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Get you right here. All right,
Damn,
Jerry.
I look fatter now, bro.
You look fatter. I don't mean to do that. I apologize.
I'm kidding. But yeah, man, I honestly, again, my heart goes out to victims, real victims. The real pain about all of this is that, the people who actually got hurt and who have actually been in situations they didn't want to be in are kind of going to get overlooked with this whole situation again. Or they're going to call those kinds of women who have gone through these things a Cassie, where they're going to be like, oh, you lying, or you wanted that stuff or whatever, which is not the case for a majority of the women who have been abused in their past. But, and I feel like that's the saddest part about all of this thing. Everybody gets grouped together based on the verdict of this trial, man.
I mean, that is a little unfair. That if like the people who don't necessarily deserve the attention from certain things are the ones getting it. And I'm not saying that she didn't go through anything. I don't want to take that away from her. I just feel as though she played some role in the things that were occurring to some degree. You get what I'm saying? After you got beat like that, I don't see how is it that if you got away that you would return. You get what I'm saying? Pardon me for a second.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't see how you would return. I gotta put some lotion on my hands. Give me a second, y'all, because this is nuts.
Yeah, I can't.
I can't read no place right there. You know what I'm saying?
You said what?
Huh? I was talking to you. Yeah. All
Are
right,
there
yeah.
people in the chat right now?
I don't know. Hold on.
Let me see. I don't think anybody. Yo, if anybody in the chat, man, say what's up. send this to a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend that it's
All right, so let's
time for
get.
keep in mind, y'all.
Yeah, it's time for keep in mind. Let's get it started in these topics right now. All right, man. For everybody out
Let's get
there,
going.
for everybody out there, let's get it started. If you're liking what you're hearing, make sure you send this out to 5 of your friends. Let's get some discourse in here. We got some questions for the ladies on top of that. First question, Jerry. First topic of the day outside of the Diddy Trial recap. Should successful women only date successful men? We got some clips. I don't know if you actually want to watch them. We haven't done that in a while. Being that Black is not here, would you like to do that?
I mean, yeah, sure. Let's watch a clip.
All right. Let's watch a clip.
Let's do that.
Let's watch a clip. But in the meantime, you heard what's going on, Jabari? I was gonna say, in the meantime, Jay, I want to ask you: Do you feel like successful women should only date successful men?
No, I feel like that's pretty much a recipe for disaster. Successful women dating successful men draws a problem because successful men have a certain set of things that they require of their partner, right? And I feel like a successful woman has a very high amount of confidence and independence, and those are some of the things that a successful man, although they would enjoy, I feel like a successful man would enjoy those things. I don't think a successful man would put that at the forefront of anything that they can stand by. I don't know. Okay.
I fucked that up, Jerry. I totally fucked that up.
I see it now. I'm starting to try to see when that happens.
I'm trying to put Black in here. My bad. So you said you think that a successful woman. Say that again, Jerry. I apologize. We having a lot of technical difficulties today,
I honestly believe that a successful woman dating a successful man is a recipe for disaster, simply because a successful man has a set of rules that they need from their woman, and a successful woman has kind of qualities that combat that, in a sense.
Okay. Black, you here? Oh no! Hold on! No!
I see him. I can't hear him.
I hear you. Hold on. Let me refresh this.
Oh, you hear him?
Can you hear us, Black?
AKA Immortal says men are more likely to date down than women. A successful man will hit on attractive McDonald's cashier, but I don't see a successful woman doing the same if it was a dude at McDonald's.
And why is that?
Absolutely true.
And why is that?
Again, it's
Black.
Because. Can you hear him? I can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
I like what AKA Immortal said, and I do believe that has a big part of it. You know, like I feel like successful women would never date down, but a successful man doesn't. It doesn't matter, you know, what she does, because that's not what he's looking for. He's not looking for her to be on his level. I believe, you know, a successful heterosexual male is looking for a woman that can accommodate him and that can, you know, do the things that he can't do, and, you know, show him grace and give him love and you know, be patient. And I in my opinion, I've seen successful women do the quite opposite of that. So, you know, a successful woman that doesn't have as much patience. A successful woman is, you know, is not willing to you know, kind of, you know, put their aggressiveness aside in order to show their softer side, in order to soothe their man. You know, it's just, I don't know, certain things I feel like a successful woman doesn't really think about doing, simply because she is a successful woman.
All right. I was gonna say, Black, you there? Still nothing. God damn it, bro.
Miss Hayes says, MC Hayes. Oh.
MJ Hayes. That's Maxine.
Yeah, MJ Hayes says, I know the opposite. I'm just saying it happens more with men, yes, but I've seen it more in real life. Times women date down.
Women dates down. I mean, outside of Oprah and Stedman, I don't know. I don't know too many examples. I mean, like.
Well, you see, I have a problem with us saying this. There's an echo. I hear an echo. But
What you said? What?
I hear an echo.
No, there is echo. There is echo. There is echo.
Yeah.
There is echo. Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't like when you say in the case of Oprah, you believe that Oprah dated down.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Stedman is a very successful gentleman. Don't get me twisted.
Okay.
Yeah, Stedman's a very successful gentleman, but is he making Oprah money? So
right, which is what I'm here to say is that if he's a successful man in his own right, but he's not making Oprah money, which only Oprah's making Oprah money, by the way. So whoever's with Oprah is going to not, in my opinion, is not going to be able to have Oprah status. I don't care if they have the same amount of money. So what happens when a person like Oprah dates a otherwise successful man such as Stedman? People saying that she dates down bothers me a lot because he's successful. So
it's Jerry. If you are dating down, is dating someone who makes less than you. That's it, Jerry. It's not about how successful the other person is.
I understand what you're saying, but I sent something in the chat about that. I sent something in the chat, and I remember. I don't know if we were going to have time to speak on it, but I sent something on a video that I saw that asked the question: if a woman, if a couple, if a woman in a relationship, right, makes $250,000, let's say $250,000, but her man makes $80K, is he allowed to make any financial decisions in that relationship?
If she makes $20,000 more than him?
If she makes $250,000, that's $250,000 a year, and he makes he makes a smooth 80K. Is he allowed to make any financial decision? Is he allowed to have a vision to be financially stable, to be the core runner of the finances in the house?
I think if you're in a partnership, you should have a say regardless of how much money you make. I would hope. You know what I mean? Like I don't see why somebody would be in a relationship with somebody and then not have any say whatsoever. That's kind of nuts. You know what I mean? Damn, I know Black want to talk, but he can't even say nothing.
He's itching over there. My man is dancing because he's ready to say something, bro. Yo, we're about to have him on a phone call because Black gotta say something about this over here.
Nah, he can't be on a phone call because he's on the phone for the camera. This nigga, man,
Black.
Yeah. I don't get it, bro. I don't know what's up with your shit.
You're gonna have to text or something, bro. I'll read it. Black, I'll read your text.
Yo, hold on, Black. I'm gonna request you one more time, man.
But you see what I'm saying?
You see the request on your screen? He
says no.
You know what you should do?
Journey Mom said success is only equated to money now. Great question, Journey Mom.
No, Black. Hold on. Black, don't hang up. Hold up, Jerry. Hold up, Black. Join from your iPad. Join from your iPad as well, and connect your earbuds to that so you can talk from that. Oh no, they have the echo. Forget it. It has the echo. I forgot. Oh no, the echo was fine when you turned down the volume. Yeah, bring it back. Join from that as well.
Stop doing this on live.
Jerry, you do know this is how lives go. Like I watch other lives on YouTube. This is how lives go. They fuck up all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a live show, man.
I still can't hear him.
No, he didn't join from the other one yet. He's
waiting to forget it. I can't hear him, bro. He's out. He left.
He left?
Yeah.
What's it called? Jabbar, he didn't leave. He just joined from the other one, but keep this camera on this one. Yeah. Jabari Perry said, "Facts, Rich. Regardless of who makes what, it's a partnership. Yeah, it's a partnership. Like I think that's stupid to think that you make more money than me, so you make all the rules about finances. Like no, like that's stupid."
Okay, Rich, but then I think I'm gonna get like filleted for saying this then, no Diddy. But I believe that even if the man is making 80K in a relationship and the woman is making $250,000, he should still be the financial and emotional and protector and leader in all aspects. Still.
So wait. So,
Still.
so, so, so hold on. So you feel as though a man should be the financial leader in the home?
Not the decision, like the
That's what you
person
just said. That's
who
what
leads
you
is the
just said,
person who,
Jerry.
well, let me clarify that. What
Okay,
I'm saying
okay.
is like the person who makes the decision, the person who actually like sets the vision, even with the money that he's bringing in, the 80K that he's bringing in, still is, I would say, on par with the $250,000 that she's bringing in, still in that relationship.
You say
Is what I'm saying.
when you say on par, I'm just a little confused. What do you mean by on par?
On par as far as like the amount of, I guess, power or say or, the decision-making process, that doesn't change. To me personally, that doesn't change at all because the woman is making that much more than the man is in that relationship.
Hold on, Black. All right, we're gonna get back to that, Jerry. Hold on, Black. Can you hear us? Nah, I don't hear you yet. You have to shoot.
I still don't hear him.
All right, now something pulled up. All right, hold on.
Cloud Jones said, I think the real issue is that a
Black.
lot of men that make less money feel less than. Ooh.
Wait, hold on, you have to read that again, Jerry. Hold on, Black. Say something. What's he doing? I don't see the option for your earbuds, by the way. All right, yeah. So read that comment from Cloud again, man.
Cloud said, I think the real issue is that a lot of men that make less money feel less than. And that's a big part of it too, and I think that has to do with our egos, man. Our egos really do determine how we feel about certain things like that when it shouldn't be that big of a factor, like some of these guys, like some of our masterminds are saying.
Okay. AKA Immortal said, I think money shouldn't be the only determining factor, but unfortunately, it's the most tangible and easiest to compare from an outsider looking in. Journey Mom said, you can have money and still be in debt due to financially poor decisions. I'd rather a stable, debt-free man. Okay. Maxine Hayes said, thank you, Clout is correct, though. You jumped out of the other one, Black. I don't know if you know that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I feel. I feel like it never matters how much the man makes, how much the woman makes, man. If you are in a partnership, if you are in a marriage, if you're in a long-term relationship, then that money is pooled together anyway. So it's not like she's making, yes, she's bringing in a significantly larger portion of what is, assembled essentially, but it doesn't, I don't feel like that has anything, that should not determine how that relationship runs. It's pretty much what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, I wanna go into the clips real quick. So just so we can hear what that going with the Gwynins and the Gwans Gwynin. All right. Yeah, I did it again. I don't care. I'm not culture appropriating. I just like to do that because you think I'm culture appropriating, Black? You think I'm culture appropriating? All right. Well, call it what you want then.
Let's do this.
Pause that. Y'all can hear it, right? Let me know if y'all can hear it, people. Let me make sure y'all can hear that. All right, listen up.
If a man came along, let's say y'all both make $500K a year. He's making $70K. He got a business plan. He got a vision. He's working towards that day in and day out. And you would have to look up at him on all the intangible. Does he get a chance?
No. I would rather be single. This is the thing.
Why?
Let me
You
tell
got
you
it.
why. I have gotten to a certain point because I've built to a certain point. I am disciplined in everything. I'm disciplined in relationship with God, in my emotions, in my mentality, in my energy, in my body, and how I eat. I am very disciplined. And so I would expect that a man is the same thing. Because when you're disciplined, whatever you do the most is what compounds in your life. Why would I not give a shot to a person that makes $70,000 a year? I could put you on. Hell, I could even hire you. Come on, let's work together. We could do all of that. But as far as my man, because this is the thing, I refuse to give into a life where I start to feel like I can't have it all.
That's
I don't
where the
believe that.
insatiableness and the gluttony, because if you already have it all, why do you
Exactly.
need a man to give you more? Like, that's
If a man came along,
the part of the conversation that I just cannot fully understand.
Oh, my bad.
Maybe
It's not
it's
love that they want.
maybe.
It's
hold on,
not.
let me finish. Hold on, let me
Why
finish.
does
Let me
money
finish.
have to be null and void
Is
of
it-
love?
I think it's
Because
because
you
y'all
already got
keep
money.
going to
You
money.
are- yeah,
Like, y'all
you
don't
already
really,
got money.
y'all don't really chime on like the other intangibles as
But
much.
that's not
It's
I
it's
don't-
mostly about
because
the
for
money.
me, but that's other tangibles. It's whole. It's all of it. If you're missing one, you can't rank one
It's
out on
not
a scale
missing
of 1 to
though.
10. In my lifestyle, in people that I know, I don't really know any people that make $70,000
Well, I
a
know.
year.
Like, what about a high school teacher who loves the kids in his community, who's not on that money
Mike,
shit? He
that's
wants
not
to
what
serve.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that I am around on a daily basis, the people that I call on my phone. It's different. So I will say my vantage point for what success looks like monetarily speaking is exponentially different than most people. I understand that. And I'm not here to wrong or shame the person that makes 70,000, because the truth is
That's the part of the
every single person deserves love. But like Tasia said, that's not going to happen with me. Because I live in a space where I want to follow the leadership of my man. I want my man to make the decisions inside of my household. It's not about a dollar amount. It's not, oh,
It
okay.
is, though.
No,
Because
it's
he
not.
can lead in other ways.
No,
And with finances,
you've
even
got
if
to
you make
lead
more.
the household. You can, look, money doesn't
You
buy
can
you
lose all
love,
this
buy
shit
you
tomorrow.
happiness, but it
And
buys
now
you
70 years
options.
old, I'm
All right,
Exactly.
this is the question. The question I want to ask in fairness.
These people just got
Wait,
money.
hold
Like,
on.
they don't even,
Is
like
there-
the people who think they got money don't even have no bread.
Let me
bro.
ask you the
They don't
question.
even have no bread.
I disagree with you because I know the people.
Okay. No, Jerry.
This definitely dives into what I was talking about.
Pardon me, Jerry? What'd you say?
I said this definitely dives into what I was talking about.
No, yeah, this definitely dives into what you was talking about, 100%. You know what I mean? I see what you mean when you mean what you say. You know what I mean? I see what you mean when you mean what you say,
What you
Jay.
mean, what you say you gonna mean when you say it.
When you said it, how you said it when it was said. You feel me? Like, Black,
That's how
can
you
you
gotta say
hear?
it.
Black, can we hear you?
Nah.
No, we cannot hear you. All right, we refreshing that. Where your earbuds at? Bring them shits back. Bring them shits back. All right, check it out. All right. So, Black, in the chat, let us know how you feel about it. I'll read your comment. You know what I mean? Do you feel as though successful women only date successful men? This nigga is killing me with the. You know what I mean? Successful men, women only date successful men. I already gave my opinion on that. I already said that I don't believe so. I genuinely.
What do you feel about the video, though?
What do I feel about the video? I feel like that. Well, the woman is only speaking from her realm of information. If she don't know nobody who's making $70K, how can you knock her for not dating? But I think that has less to do with the people that she knows and more to do with the people she's open to dating. Because she may not know anybody who's making $70K, but a dude might approach her on the street who's making $70K and be like, "Yo, what's up? Like, can I get to know you?" And we already know her answer is gonna be no. You know what I mean? And it's weird because, like that woman said, if you have it all already, why do you need a man to come start paying stuff for you? Like why? Like it never made like anytime I ever seen stuff like that. Like for example, I have a friend. I have a friend who was trying to date a nurse, and when he started dating the nurse, this nurse was making hella bread, and she's young, in her early 30s or whatever, right? And one of the things that her mom had warned her was like, "Yo, be careful," because this man was a Haitian gentleman. She was like, "Be careful because you know a lot of these Haitian men like to get with women and then just try to live off of them because they nurses and they know nurses make good money." And the guy didn't give any signs of anything like that. The guy was gainfully employed and everything like that. But she was very weary of that. You know what I mean? She was very weary of that. And it's like, she's like, I don't need a man to come live off of me. I need him to pay for everything for me. And like, I remember asking her, like, why is that necessary if you already can pay for your own stuff? You're always on vacation, throw parties, all that different stuff. Like, why is that necessary? You know what I mean? And her answer was simply like, well, that's what the man's supposed to do. But things have, I don't know, like, I just feel like things have changed drastically from the way they used to be, you know what I mean? And, yeah, but they're not popping up. Things have changed drastically from the way they used to be. And that's the only thing I feel like doesn't change. The idea that, oh, I'm gonna work like a man, I'm gonna move like a man, I'm gonna have sex like a man with multiple partners, I'm gonna do all that stuff. But one thing I'm not gonna take with all these changes that I'm taking on is, now that I'm the breadwinner, I will be the provider for the home. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing. They pick and choose everything that they wanted. You know what I mean? And then that, when they got to there where it was like, oh, well, if you make the most money, you should be the provider. They were like, oh, hold up. I make the most money, but I'm gonna hold on to this shit. I need to date a man who can make the same amount of money so he can pay for everything. And it's very odd. It's very weird. You know what I mean?
I always found it strange that a woman who says that she has built herself to having everything she wants is still on the dating market. So, I mean, then obviously you haven't gotten everything you wanted because you're still searching for something. So if you have everything you want, you should not be dating or wanting to date, or because you have everything. If you don't have a man and you have all of this money and you have all of this opportunity and you have all of this, all this influence or whatever, then what is the point of looking for anything? Why are you looking for a relationship? You made it past needing that. So, whenever, like women say things like that, it really does bother me, because I'm like, at the end of the day, companionship has nothing to do with a price, bro. Like, to have somebody that you can trust next to you on the journey with you is almost priceless. It is priceless. I'm not going to say almost. It's priceless. So to say that you have all of this money that you're bringing in, and so you can't date anybody making less, or date anybody making an honest living, you're working against yourself, because you do want to date somebody who's making an honest living. Because guess what that person is? An honest person. And you want to be with an honest person. So it really does baffle me that some women will be on this fence of saying that they have everything, or that they don't need anybody, or that they don't need a man. But at the same time, they're on the dating market. They're looking for somebody to be with. So all you're doing is looking for somebody's life to destroy. It doesn't make any sense.
I agree. Black, you there? When you saw the request, right? You see a request?
He said no. Yeah.
Yo, try one last time to jump back in. One last time.
But that's my problem with the whole thing, man.
That's your problem with the whole thing. All right,
That's my problem with the whole thing.
I mean, I feel like the other video that we had in the chat was very similar. It was when they really posed the question, should successful women date successful men? The only thing that I found weird about this is that we're all disagreeing and saying that they should be able to date all different types of men, but people often say date in your caliber, right? Do we not often say?
I would say date in your emotional caliber. Don't date in your financial caliber. Don't consider the finances a caliber that you should be dating from in the first place. Date for what you are actually looking for. You're looking for somebody to take care of you. You're looking for somebody who cares for you, who actually listens to you. You're looking for somebody who pays attention to the things that you like, so that they can give you the things that you like, or they can surprise you with the things that you like, because you enjoy doing those things, and they want to genuinely see you enjoy yourself. You date somebody that has the space, the mental fortitude to be able to deal with some of your demons while they're dealing with their own demons, because we know we all have them. But don't date for financial anything. It doesn't matter how much you make. If you are a successful woman, then congratulations to you. You have done something that I wish everybody could do in the world, to be honest. But to put that as your main factor for dating is just working against the entire system itself. Because you're looking for somebody to just have as a companion.
That was an answer right there. Tell you that much. That was shit. Let them know, Jerry. You know, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yo, I'm just tired of it, man. Like you have some, like I see you with your shorty, and I enjoy the fact that it's not about the fact that y'all make a certain amount of money. It's not about, you know, certain things. It's about just y'all having fun with each other, bro, joking with each other, doing silly shit, having jokes like insiders and watching, you know, movies and shows and just joking on each other, ragging on it. That's what it's about. That's what I have with my wife. That's what, you know, that's what Black has with his shorty. That's what I would hope everybody could find in a partner, bro. It has nothing to do with money, bro. Like it has nothing to do with money. I honestly feel like if I was making much less than what I'm making now, my wife would love me the same. You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she would push me to be a better person, to maybe strive to, you know, do like different things with my talents. But bro, come on, man. Like, you know, we have solid people, and I just want that for the people who actually want solid people in their lives, bro.
Okay. Eat with Me LLC says, I think she's looking for someone equally yoked. It's not money. It's the mindset thing. She's saying she around people trying to make millions, and that's the people she like to be around. I understand what she's saying. She didn't say she would mess with men that make less, but 250K a big difference from 70K. That's a fact. That's a fact. Romario Mignot said, I feel men would date down more so than women would. Journey Mom said, that's because men typically want to protect and provide. I don't know. I don't know how much men necessarily want to do that shit. Like I don't know. I'm just being real. Like I don't let's be real. A nigga would definitely not want to do any of that shit.
Yo, Black, please start commenting, bro. Please.
You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to.
Rich, this is a good one. Let's go with it. Let's go. I like it, bro.
I'm just being honest. Like I don't know how much a nigga really wants to do all that. Protect, sure. I'm sure, but like you want that's instinctual. That's instinctual. That's your family now. You want to protect them, no problem. You know what I mean?
Rich, please cook. They're saying, Rich, please cook.
But before we're a family, trust and believe, nigga. Most niggas in their mind is thinking, I pay for my shit. You pay for your shit.
Yo,
except for when you take them out on a date. Except for when you take them out on a date or something like that. But the type of fortunately, I never dated these type of women that you start dating them, they gotta pay a bill, or can you pay for this? No, I got shit that I gotta pay for. I never understood that shit. I never understood that shit, bro.
Yo, we might have to bring this back around and ask like and make it a topic. Men, do y'all really want to be the ones that always protect and provide, bro?
Yeah. I'm just saying. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Because the thing is, when you become a family, you have a child, you have your girl, you're gonna want to do in those situations, you're gonna want to do them. You know what I mean? But before that, trust and believe, we don't want to do none of that shit at all. Like we look at it like you see how a woman is dating a guy and she goes home and she just wonders about when the next time he's gonna take her out and all that shit. Like we don't get to experience that. We have to think about, I gotta make sure that I have this amount of money to be able to do this for her at this point in time. All right, this is about to come up. I have to make sure, like it's not like that for y'all. Yeah, and it kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like, just to be real, I don't think men want to protect and provide your mom. I think it just becomes what it is when you go like it's instinctual when you have a family, and it's forced upon us in any other situation. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
I'm not gonna lie. I will say that, you know, my need to protect and provide for my family is instinctual. I do feel like it is something that I feel like I'm not a man if I'm not going out and getting it and making sure that I'm mentally strong and that I'm physically strong and that I'm sharp enough to keep up with the beat, of course. But at the end of the day, for me to say that this is something that I enjoy doing, and this is something I look forward to wanting to do all the time. I explained to my wife that it is a lot to try to make sure that you have the future of your children, the future of your wife, and the future of your family, and the future of your name be all taken care of, where it lasts long after you're even gone. You feel me? Your name becomes something, it becomes a legacy. And that's a hard task to do. And women are asking their men to do that, to be able to provide and protect in order to establish a name and a house, so to speak, right? And in order to leave a legacy behind. And that's a heavy toll for us men to pay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you I enjoy paying the toll, but I do pay the toll. I have to. I feel like it is my obligation to pay that toll.
Jabari Perry says, if a shorty really values you, she's gonna reciprocate. All right. Well,
Romario said, LMAO, it's like when you get to be the little spoon. Yo, I love being the little spoon. Do you not like being the little spoon?
I'm gonna say this. I don't.
Rich, do you like being the little spoon?
No, but I will. I don't like being a little spoon. But I'm gonna tell you this.
You're black. Yes.
Wait, can I finish? Can I get my answer though?
Go ahead.
I don't like
Mister,
to necessarily.
Go ahead.
I don't like to be spooned from behind, but I do like when I'm laying down on my shorty, right? Yeah, when I'm laying down on my shorty, I like to put my leg up on her,
Oh, that's clutch. That's
Exactly.
a clutch position right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a clutch position. Arm around the waist, holding the titty, and a leg up on the hip, bro. It's over.
You know what I mean? So there you go. There you go.
Gave us the approval. He gave us the approval.
There you go. See, that's the one. That's my favorite one right there. Yeah, I don't like being spooned.
You don't like being little spoon, bro. Whenever my wife turns around and makes me the little spoon, bro, her little self, bro, I go, it's like I remember seeing a video online where the face of the dude was just he was just like. It's almost like that. Like when she turns around and puts her arms around me, I feel so protected and so so needed, bro.
Jabari Perry said,
"That's the one time I need to be protected, bro."
Jabari Perry said, "Yes. Hey Alexa, play Usher Trading Places."
Yo, I love my masterminds, but yo, tell us in the chat, dude. Yo, fellas in the chat, do y'all like to be little spoon, man? Because Jay likes to be little spoon, man. He likes, and Black says he likes it as well, man. Listen, I don't mind it. My 6'2" ass, bro. My wife's 5' nothing ass, bro. She makes me a little spoon. I feel loved. I will tell you that is one of the key aspects and components of me feeling loved. I will say that.
Really? That's one of the ways you feel love, Jerry.
I feel it right then and there, bro. Because you know what I mean? She's like holding me. I always hold her. Now she's holding me down.
I respect it. You can't knock that. At all. What's it called? All right. So anyway, on to the next topic. I will say that I do want to make a last point on that. Should successful women only date successful men? No. I do feel as though you should be able to date. Like if you're the breadwinner in a relationship as a woman, I think that you should remain the breadwinner and push your partner to step up to your level. He may not ever get there, but if you love this person, why deny your blessings in life? Finding someone you're compatible with is extremely difficult. And to find somebody you're compatible with and to deny that just because of the person's not making the same amount of money as you, or not even close to the amount of money that you're making. I'm not saying, but if they have the mindset that they're willing to work hard to get somewhere, I don't see why you wouldn't jump on that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like that's just like dudes take women at the bottom. Outside of the fact that we grew up with the whole provide and protect that Journey my man mentioned. Outside of that, plenty of men have found a lot of success and happiness from dating somebody that from dating down, I would say, from dating down and then building that person up. You know what I mean? Sometimes it works out for them. A lot of times those women, they step it up and then decide, hey, I'm too good for you now, which is fucking crazy. Which shows, a lot of this has to show that women are about the fucking money. But I'm gonna move on. All right, the next topic here is, how should a man or woman handle someone attempting to holler at their partner while they are standing right there?
I saw that video.
Okay? You saw the video? Hold on. You guys do you want me to pull up that video?
No. I was just saying I saw it, but I mean, it would definitely give the masterminds a little bit of better context. Especially for us to talk from a point of what would you do, you know?
What's it called? Journey Mom said it's better when two people become successful together. That's right, because then they can't say you wasn't shooting with me in the gym. When somebody becomes successful by themselves, is a lot of times they have the mindset of like I feel like matter of fact, I'm gonna make that a topic. Can you be your true self in a relationship when you have a lot more to lose in that relationship? That's gonna be a topic at some point in time.
You can be your true self in a relationship if you have a lot more to lose.
If you have a lot more to lose, all right, we're gonna table that one. We're gonna table that one. But how should a man or woman handle someone attempting to holler at their partner while they are standing right there? Let me see if I can find this video real quick for y'all.
I mean, you don't have to, bro. If you didn't have it ready, it's fine. But
no.
I'll get it. Well, let me explain it so that we're not waiting.
Okay,
basically, the video, from what I understand, there's a couple that is famous. She's famous, right? She's the girl.
Yeah,
the
she's
lady.
an actress. She's an actress or something like that.
She's an actress. Okay, she's like pretty much a known actress, and she's with her fiance, who's standing on the left side of her. They're at a beach party or a festival or something like that. And a dude comes up with a video camera and starts pretty much talking to her. And she's kind of like, she's answering his questions and stuff like that, and blah, blah, blah. And then he pretty much shoots his shot. And she casually mentions, no, this is my fiance right next to me. And while he was just, pretty much staring there, eating the ice cream or something like that, and nodding the whole time. So he didn't really say much from what I understand in the video. He didn't say anything. But, she did mention that her fiance was right next to her and that, she's taken. So, so the guy was all right.
I got it ready. You ready? All right. Check this out, everybody. Hold on. Here you go. All right, check it out.
How tall are you? Yeah, we think you're a little bit taller, man. Yeah. What's your name? Alice. Nice to meet you. Nice. My name is New. What? My name is New. New. Yeah. Just keep going, man. Oh, yeah. Hey, you single? I'm not. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
All right. Y'all seen what he said. Y'all seen how he moving. He didn't keep it. He didn't do nothing too crazy. Hold on, Black. We can't hear you. Remember, we can't fucking hear you. I'm so fucking mad I can't hear you. You know what I mean?
I know. This was the wrong one for Black not to be able to be heard, bro. This was the wrong one.
Yeah, this is the wrong one. What's it called?
Damn it.
Wait, y'all only heard the audio? Oh shit.
Yeah, they only heard the audio, by the way.
Oh shit, my bad. I totally forgot.
It's all, bro. You gonna play?
What'd you say, Jerry?
No, yeah, they said in case you wanted to show the vid. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna show the vid. Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna show the vid. Thank you. It's Black's throwing me off today, y'all. Black's throwing me off today, y'all. I'm sorry. This is messing up my mojo. I'm sorry, y'all.
Don't blame it on Black, bro. Black, I got you, bro. You might be muted, but I'm your voice today, bro.
Whatever. All right, here you go, everybody. Here you go.
You look way better in person. But you're short, though. How tall are you? Yeah, we think you're a little bit taller, man. Yeah. What's your name? Alice. Nice to meet you. My name is New. What? My name is New. New. Yeah. Just keep going, man. Oh, yeah. Hey, you single?
I'm not. This is my business.
Well, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? All right.
All right, okay. Now, I think I did that correctly this time, right? All right. Okay. So, Jerry, how do you feel about the way this young gentleman approached her? And do you think he did something wrong? Do you think the way the fiance handled that was the right way to handle that?
Yes, I honestly believe the way he handled that was the right way to handle that. I mean, you know, he was standing right next to her, making sure that, you know, she didn't really get into any dangerous way. She's a famous person, from what I understand, so I'm pretty sure the fiance understands that she's going to have fans or, you know, people who are going to want to speak to her, interview her, or whatever. And, you know, you can't blame the guy for shooting his shot. I mean, a man is going to do what a man's going to do. But what she does in response is everything for me. If you are my partner, if you're my fiance, if you're my wife, if you, you know, entertain it by saying, you know, by doing anything other than saying, this is my fiance right here, no, I'm not single, then we have a problem. But she handled herself perfectly fine, I feel like. She said, no, this is my fiance right here. He was, you know, just watching his fiance have an interview or talk to a person, and he was right there, just in case anything needed to be done. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. Jabari Perry said something which I agree with. He said, been in this situation plenty. I fall back and let her handle it. Unless she gives me a look where I may need to step in. Unless she give me a look where I need to step in. Also, that's Efi from Power. He goes, that shit kind of stroked my ego. I'd be like, yeah, my wife bad, LOL. I agree. I agree. And I often feel like if your partner is respectful, dude is not on some touching her when he's trying to holler at her or nothing like that. If you notice, he was eating that Ralph's Icy, but his eyes was on them. You know what I mean? And like Courtney McCallum's read in the chat, by the way, that's black. Hey, I'm just reading the name, brother. I'm just reading the name. Okay.
Yo,
like Black said.
You didn't need to read the whole name, bro.
like I read everybody else's full name. Like Black said, he said, y'all gotta remember, she's a celebrity. He can't do too much. This is very similar to the shit that with Keke Palmer, but except for the Keke Palmer actually was dancing with Usher on the stage and everything like that to some degree or whatnot. You know what I mean? But I do feel like it will definitely stroke your ego. Also, you don't want to escalate a situation by getting a nigga face and be like, yo, sometimes it's not even necessary because your shorty gonna dead it, and your shorty deads it, and it's like, all right, boom, we can keep it pushing. Now, once it gets to a point where dude is not respecting that, that's when you step in and be like, yo, she said she good. You know what I mean?
Do you have a problem hearing what's going on? You need me to clarify? She just said she good.
She good. I'm her man, and she good. You know what I mean? Like she good. And from there, it's like however he respond can determine if it's gonna be a situation or not. You know what I mean? But I don't see. To me, it's stupid for that to become a situation over like dudes that are willing to fight over a chick that's not even theirs. I don't even get it. Like, you want to holler at a chick, she dead you, but now you're going to fight her man because he stepped in to protect her. Like, I remember a situation like that when we were, like, 16. We went to a party in Roosevelt in a basement, and somebody was trying to dance with one of like Kimbo or somebody was trying to dance with somebody. Do you remember this, Black? Jerry, I'm not exposing nothing. Relax, Jerry. God damn. Yeah. So.
Be careful. That's all.
Yeah, Black is so mad he can't talk. Yeah, but we was at a party and somebody was dancing with one of our friends, and Lawrence wanted to be the nigga that was gonna try to save her. And so he pulled away from the dude. He's like, yo, she good. Da, 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 da. And dude wanted to fight over it. Like, and I mean, like, they were mobbed up. Like it was like the biggest gang in Roosevelt at the time, my nigga. From Freeport. T.O.P. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nah. Nigga, do they even exist anymore? Do they still exist? They do? Oh, wow. That's crazy. Jabari laughing because he know them niggas. Oh man, but anyway, what's it called? But no, so now women in the chat, do you normally handle the situation like that? If a woman approaches your man, Jerry, do you think how do you think a woman would react to that? How did your wife react to that so far? If a woman approached you?
Well, my wife she knows that I'm like a highly sociable person and stuff. So she's kind of, had to get used to, me being a person that usually likes to spark a conversation or get like, debates going and stuff like that. I'm the same way I'm on this podcast half the time, I'm like that in social circles. So, there's usually like conversation being had with her husband. So she's kind of like used to it, but I feel like she handles herself pretty well. I mean, she'll get in the car and be like, "Oh yeah, I saw that person looking at you and trying to talk to you, or giving you extra topics to try to talk about." And I was like, "All right, yeah, babe, yeah, no problem. Okay, I didn't see that." But but she, she doesn't. She again understands that I am the kind of person who does engage in conversation. It's not anything that is disrespectful. So I feel like she's she's good about it.
I asked Dirty Mom, how are you reacting to this as a female? Which, by the way, is Honey C in here? If Honey C is in here, we want to know how she would react to this.
I'm jumping the convo. Yeah, we good.
Yeah. Journey mom is not allowing that. I feel like a lot of women aren't. I understand that your wife may allow that, but
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that she allows it. She's not the biggest fan of it. Let me be clear. This is not something that she looks forward to. She even says before we're going out, Jerry, you don't have to speak to everybody when you go to this party. She even, she gives me fair warning. But what I'm saying is that she kind of got used to the fact that it's usually just, healthy debating and rather than, any kind of flirting or anything like that. Which I feel like, again, he handled well too, because like Black said, he said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He backed off once she said, yo, that's my fiance. He handled himself, bro. I don't feel like he was disrespectful, and I feel like the fiance handled himself very well.
So, I just feel like, all right, yeah, like he handled it well. And you should only really need to step in when necessary as a man. But I feel like women, or my woman is not allowing that conversation. I feel like it's gonna be like when the woman is giving those looks that, oh, I'm approaching to come talk. Especially if it's a woman if a woman I don't know comes and walks over to talk to me, my girlfriend is looking. She's looking from that moment. She like I better not smile.
I mean, that's a little tough for the line of work that you do. You got to think about.
I'm joking, by the way. What's it called?
To say that makes things a little tough, bro. I mean, we're on a podcast. We're on a public platform online.
Well,
people are gonna.
That's different.
I've had plenty of people. Well, not plenty. Let me not make it seem like that. But I've had a few people come up to me and be like, "Are you on a podcast? Y'all be talking about some crazy shit." This and that and the third. So it's like you'll have those people come up to you or whatever, and that happens. And like, I don't know how, if my wife was the type of person to get upset about all of that, then how would I do what I do?
Nah, I'll tell you this. Like, all right, when we first started this show, I would say that there was definitely flirting going on between like guests and myself or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes, right? I would assume when you're on a show like that, when you're on a show or podcast and you're in person with people, and if there's flirting that's happening, if you're in a relationship, I guess you would have to, if they're throwing it, you kind of have to make sure that you don't throw it back. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily, and if it gets to a point where it's a little too excessive, there's a point where you eventually have to say like, hey, or you bring up your shorty as much as possible to be like, yeah, me and my girl, blah blah blah.
No, I wouldn't even say do that. No, Black, don't nod. I wouldn't even say do that, because that could get you in a whole lot of trouble. You have to vehemently repose and definitely like shut down the situation, or else you are wrong, my friend. You have to go You pretty much have to go without touching the person like this. Like you just have to smack their forehead and push them down in order for your wife or your girlfriend to be like,
happy.
yo, cool. He handled that correctly.
Facts.
He handled that the right way.
You need to literally tell the girl, like, you need to stop the show and be like, yeah, if y'all was on a topic, they want you to stop the show and be like, hold up. By the way, I have a girlfriend. I need you to stop. Like
You know, like go up to her and smack the shit out of her and be like, I have a girlfriend, how dare you?
But like I said, I genuinely feel like if the topic connects to emotional control, I feel like men have it more than women in most situations. I feel like when a woman is presented with something that challenges her status quo or challenges what's hers, she will often react in a much more erratic fashion than men will. Don't get me wrong. Certain men are just crash outs and they'll behave in the same manner. But I think it's more the norm for a woman to behave in that manner than a man. A man can assess the situation and wait till something of his is challenged or is in threat, and then they'll respond. You know what I mean? If you crashing out over your girl having a conversation and you at a networking event and that's what you guys both came to, you brought her here. Why you wilding out, nigga? You knew it was a networking event. You know what I mean? So I think it's more the women who behave in that manner than the men, in my opinion.
Get them out of there.
You know what I mean? All right, Jerry's not talking to us.
No.
All right, last topic, because this today's been football. Thanks to Black. Yeah, today's football, man. We can't even hear you, bro. We can't even hear you. I'm just talking to Jerry. I don't want to talk to this guy. You know what I mean? No, I'm fucking with you.
Black, man, we definitely gotta have audio, man. We was talking about some stuff today, bro.
Yeah.
Black is gonna have to come back next week and talk about all the things we talked about. He's gonna have to just he's gonna have to run off all the things that he wanted to say, bro.
Who went full dad mode? I went full dad. Oh yeah, Jerry went full dad mode, definitely. Next topic is: do men attract more women depending on the women they've been dating or have dated? Meaning, if he it has to do with the caliber of women that he's dating, not the number. So if a dude is dating baddies, does that make him more attractive to other women because of the fact that he absolutely
100%.
Black? I can see you nodding.
100%.
Would you say that? Oh, 100%.
100%. Bro, women, I don't even think women would want to date him. They would want to date him because he dated other baddies and they want to know that they are in the baddie section with those other women. So they're just going to date him just to know that they smashed him too. I'm telling you, bro, it's 100%. The dudes who get it don't have to work for it, bro. It's us dudes that had to work since we were born pretty much are the ones that kind of know how to finesse. The dudes that had it coming to them, bro, and they only got nothing but 10s just come to them because 10s they attract 10s. That's it. And if a 10 believes they're a 10, they're gonna want to be a part of the team of women that he smashed that were 10s. I'm telling you, bro.
Wait, all right. So what about those women that say, "Yo, I don't care about the women"? With that same mentality, that's the same mentality that women don't want to be with a man that other women don't want, right?
Which is what I believe.
Okay, that's what you believe. Black, you agree with that? Women don't want men that other women don't want, right? Okay. Now, Jabari Perry says facts, 100%.
Just the messenger. What do you think, Rich?
Courtney's Black said, my bad. I'm sorry. It's so hard to see something and not read. It's so hard to... Hold on.
You're acting like you're not his best friend. You know the man's name and you know he's black. Why are you even making this mistake, bro?
Okay.
You're his best friend.
Black said, because I'm trying to tell you, I'm reading. I'm not fucking just thinking of my best friend. I'm reading. Thank you. I'm reading, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Black said, bro, Rich Rich, me and you have had a girl say, I heard you mess with so-and-so. I'm trying to see what's up. That is a fact. That is definitely a fact that's happened to me in my life where women have heard about me dealing with another woman and they're like, oh, you know what I mean? In that situation, that's more about...
The woman herself put her in that category. It's not even... You dated a bad chick and she put her in that bad chick category, so she wants you too.
I would say that in that situation, for me, I don't know about for Black, but for me, that was more about sexual prowess. That was less about her being a baddie. That was more about, oh, I heard you did this and that. What's up? I want to know what that's about. You know what I mean? So this is years ago, by the way. Like, I'm not trying to make it sound like no type of way. You know what I mean? I'm an old man now. I'm an old man now.
Rich, no, it was yesterday, bro. You didn't tell me about it. It happened yesterday, bro. Today. Black said today. That's
your business. I'm a married man. Listen. The only sexual prowess I have is for my wife.
While you were with your shorty, you did, bro. That's what happened, bro.
See, married man. What's it called? But no, I will say that, like, I don't think that that's the case. I think that you're going to attract whatever the energy that you're putting out. Because for you to have attracted that baddie in the first place, you got to start from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, what God gave to you.
Hold on.
The pure love of your parents getting together and making you.
Okay. You can be good looking, Jerry. You know, you had them locks flowing and the chicks was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Bro, my God.
First of all, let me tell you this right now, okay? I grew up a very short-haired, almost African girl-looking kid, all right? Like, that's how I looked. I looked like I was pretty much like starved, okay? I did not pull anything, okay? I did not pull anything when I was actually trying to date people. I had to learn to build confidence and use my confidence and my comedy to pull in stuff that I didn't think I would ever pull in. I'm here to tell y'all that right now.
Okay, so boom. I'll tell you, just like you giving your personal story. My personal story is I didn't always bag such beautiful women as the woman I am with right now. Shout out to my lady. What's it called? You know what I mean?
No, that's the baddest one that you'll ever pull ever. And that's it, bro.
Baddest one. That's why she has my baby. You know what I mean? Journey Mom says, I know unattractive men that got lucky and cheated after dating a baddie because other women were curious. So Journey Mom's kind of agreeing with what y'all saying right now. So, okay, Journey Mom's agreeing. I personally feel like, all right, let me say this. There's some truth to it, all right? All right, there's some truth to it.
Here goes Toxic Rich, finally.
Okay, there's some truth to it.
But finally we got Toxic Rich. Let's go. Let's do this.
No. Listen. There's some truth to it. But however, I genuinely feel like what happens if you get one, you've been dating seven regular degular chicks, 4 booger wolves, and now you got one baddie. Are you gonna start? From now on? Are you bagging baddies from now on?
I mean, maybe your confidence now got built up. Now you done hit the big leagues. Exactly.
It's only up from now. What you saying, Black?
Bro, when you was in the G League playing against, like people trying to make it, bro, and you actually hustled your way to the NBA from the G League, bro, when you think you're gonna still hang out and play pickup ball with them, bro, it's over for that. Like you here with the pros, bro. You only playing for the championship. That's it. You here for the ring.
Okay, I hear that. Black said, Once you start getting baddies, you can't look back. This is a lie.
You might go and hit a booger wolf under the sheets, under the cover of night, but you're not going to actually have outside on your right side anything other than a baddie once you bag a baddie, bro. I highly believe this. I completely believe this with Black.
Okay. I think your status has a lot to do with if you could continue bagging baddies. You can be as confident as you want, but if you're not doing the right moves, making the right moves at a certain point, as you get older and older, right? As you get older and older,
You wouldn't still hit a mud duck is crazy, bro. I've never heard this term a day about a mud duck. Yo.
Oh shit. A mud duck is good. A mud duck is good.
A mud duck is crazy, bro. Yo, holy shit. Anyway, but yeah, my fault, Rich.
No, you good. You good. What the fuck is a mud duck? Yeah, a mud duck is a booger wolf. A mud duck is a booger wolf. A bud almost sounds racist.
Oh, yo, it does, bro. It does. It does sound like something McCracker would call us, a mud duck.
Cloud Jones came up. Cloud Jones came up with stud guts. Now we got
stud guts.
Stud guts. We got mud duck. You know what I mean? Like, listen, mud duck is good though. Mud duck is good. But listen.
Mud duck is crazy.
All
but
right,
a mud duck just needs to get cleaned up, Black. That's all. A mud duck just needs to get cleaned up one time.
They need some Dawn. They need some Dawn. Like
They need some Dawn. They need that blue dish soap all over them. That's it, bro.
You didn't invent that? You didn't invent stud guts? He said I picked it up in the ethos. All right, I didn't know that. I thought you made that up. I didn't know that. All right, check it out. But no, on some shit though, on some G shit. What's it called? I think that we 100% do attract women, depending on who we've dated. But I think that's not the only factor that matters. I think the other factor that matters is who you are and what you present to those women. Because I'll say, like, I think I've always attracted attractive women, but there's definitely a change that occurred in my life at a certain point where I became very aware of who I was and not really caring about other people's opinions and stuff like that. Where I think that things changed and how I approached women was completely different. The nervousness of approaching a woman changed. The like it was just like, yo, you know, I don't know. It just became very simple. It became very easy to approach a woman, and I think when that happens for a man, when they become confident in just being able to approach anyone and be able to speak to anyone, like about anything, not about anything, but like you get what I'm saying, like when you don't have that fear of, oh my God, like when you're not stumbling over your words, I think you can attract anybody, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? You may not be somebody's type. You may not be somebody's type, and you still might be able to bag them, just because of the fact that you embody certain other factors that they looked for in a man that they didn't even know that they were looking for. You know what I mean? Just my opinion.
But I still will say this, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've not that I've like paid crazy attention to this, but the fact that after I got married, I always used to say this on the show. It was way more like women that was like willing to want to talk to me or want to have spark conversation or whatever the case may be than before when I was a single person eligible of just dating. It's like once you have that kind of lure of that luster of marriage on you, it seems to do something to women to want to kind of get to know you or spark conversation or approach you way more than before, bro. I honestly thought it was weird, but as soon as I got married to my wife, it seemed like the opportunity for conversations with people who are interested, just out of curiosity, pure curiosity, like just shot up for me. It was weird.
You know what's funny? I mean, we're gonna wrap the show up. It's 9:30. But I was gonna say, it's weird it's funny that you say that because I'm not actually married yet, but did go ring shopping recently, so I'm really hyped about that. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah. I'm really hyped.
Put the hearts in the chat right. Wait, hold up, Rich. Put the hearts in the chat right now, y'all. We got Rich talking about real love up in this freaking piece right now, man. Yo, the hearts is going crazy. You see the hearts right now, Rich. Listen, we love love, man. We love love, bro.
Listen. But now, and I will say that could definitely be a topic of the dynamic of there's so many different dynamics to how relationships work, and so many factors that actually change up how you're like you mentioned all these people that approach you and everything like that. Like me and my girl were talking about this recently, where it was like my girlfriend had the idea of like when you get with somebody and you're gonna get married to them, you're in a relationship. That's like your built-in partner for mostly everything for the most part. Yes, you have your individual thing that you may do from time to time, but the majority of things that you're gonna do, she added it in her mind that when you're in a partnership like a marriage, that is your built-in best friend, built-in buddy. So something like multiple topics that I came up with from there is that like if you're in a committed relationship or you're married or whatnot in a family, should you be taking more family trips than you should individual trips? Should you like because just now you made a comment about all the different people that have approached you since you become married. I don't think I get those.
I'm telling you, they saw the ring on the finger, bro, and it was automatic.
I get it, but I don't even get those opportunities. Like that's why I'm saying there's so many other factors. Like I work from home, so that's another thing. So because I work from home, I'm not outside to be meeting people. You get what I'm saying? Two, I'm in a whole different state. So having new numbers in my phone is like, are you making friends, nigga? Cause we can make friends. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying like.
I hope that's not my friend. That your friend is not my friend.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's so many factors that come into that it's so many different dynamics that you got to look at. You know what I mean? Like it's not as simple as because when you make that comment about women approaching you ever since you had the ring on your finger, most times that I'm outside, it may happen if I'm at a supermarket or I'm doing my little Target run that I do daily.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's where it be happening.
Okay. Because I'm not outside.
You're shopping. It's why you're doing regular stuff, bro. Or at least for me, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else, but for me, it was while getting the groceries. It was you're married. How long have you been married? It was always slick comments like, oh, your wife is one lucky woman, or how long have you been married, or it was always like these weird little comments that I was just like, yo, like nobody ever spoke to me before. What is this? Like nobody just randomly said shit to me like that before. So it was, that was the interesting part. But because you're in the house and you work from home, Rich, has nothing to do with after you have that ring on your finger. It seems like it sparks more interest in being able to have somebody approach you about asking you about something, and it's the weirdest thing. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen for everybody, but it was weird to me when it was happening to me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Jody Mom said I had a restaurant in New York text me specials, and rich antennas went up. Nigga, I saw a 516 number. I was like, who the fuck is texting you for 516? Like Black, you wouldn't say the same shit, my nigga? If your shorty's from Maryland, you see a 516 number show up on her phone, you're not asking her like, who the fuck is that? Like.
Yo, your antennas went up, Rich. It's crazy.
Jerry, hold on, Jerry. Let me ask you a question. You and your wife go to Michigan, right? Y'all go to Michigan one time to go see your best friend and whatnot, right? And his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all up there for a week. You and your wife do separate things while y'all up there from time to time. When you get back home one night, midnight, her phone go off and it's a Michigan area code. You're not gonna look at her like.
So did we make a friend in Michigan? When did we make this friend in Michigan? Like,
Facts.
You're right.
Facts. You know what I mean?
Yo, Cloud Jones said, bro, when I was married, it was nuts. Women can see a wedding ring a mile away. See,
Seriously?
It's not just me. It's not just me, bro. It's not just me.
Seriously. You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you this. I don't disagree because you know what? I had this ring that I bought for myself. It's like a wedding band, right? But I didn't mean to buy a wedding band. Yeah, I didn't mean to buy a wedding band ring. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to buy one, but I just did by accident, right? I didn't know it was a wedding band style. Women still think I'm married. Often say, oh, you married. And it's on the wrong hand. So I can't disagree.
That don't matter.
Maybe the ring has power. Like it came.
They thought you was trying to throw them off by putting it on the wrong hand so that you could make it seem like you not married.
Jerry, when we was on a boat in St. Martin, what did the women keep on saying? Oh, you the married one. I'm like, I'm not married.
See, bro. I'm telling you, it's weird. It is weird, but I feel like women find it almost like, you know, you have this sense of curious. They have this sense of curious nature. You become this mysterious, like, want to get to know how you're a married man kind of. You know, it's the weirdest thing. It really is a weird feeling.
Cloud Jones said, I was never approached more than when I was married. It's also a conversation starter. Journey Mom, it's weird that women want married men. Cloud Jones, when a woman wants to approach you and not look thirsty, she can always say, oh, you're married. That's true. That's true. Oh, you're married. You knew that. You knew that.
Tell Journey Mom, would she go to the supermarket to pick up oranges if she wanted to eat an apple pie? No. You know?
What?
She said it's weird that women want married men. And I was like, if she craves an apple pie, she's not gonna go to the store to go buy oranges, you know? She's gonna buy apples to make an apple pie. So
I mean, if what you're implying is that
I'm totally joking. My wife is looking at me like that, like I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't understand what that meant. But
I was joking. I was honestly joking.
I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what it meant. What's it called? But I was gonna say, if what you're trying to imply is that women will, I think I have a question for Journey Mom. I would say women would approach married men because those men had the staying power and the fortitude. They actually went through the whole process of getting married. So those women are thinking to themselves, if I can take him from her, maybe he might marry me, which is stupid as fuck.
That's a crazy way to think about it. That's a crazy way to think about it. AKA Immortal said it's because a married man is a 1v1. A single man is a 1 versus women. What's an easier fight? Oh my God. Yo, AKA Immortal is bugging right now, but that's a pretty damn good way to put it.
Well, you think she, unless that nigga's cheating, it's still a competition 1v1, you know what I mean? Unless he's cheating, you know what I mean?
Yo, 1v1 versus women, it's crazy.
What's it called? Why to the third said, I'm about to just go buy a wedding band and meet my wife somewhere. Journey Mom said, when married men approached me in the past, I would call them out for it. Like, sir, please go home to your wife. If he cheat on his wife, he will cheat on you. I can ask that to wrap it up. Black and Jerry, you guys both feel like if she cheated on her man with you, will she cheat on you?
Yeah. I mean,
Black, is that a yes?
So absolutely. Huh?
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that.
I don't know. What's going on,
nah. Don't explain. I only see women do this. Oh. Nah.
Bring it back. I don't know.
What?
I don't know what you say.
Type that shit in the chat. I don't like those fingers, bro.
But yo.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. What if you're just that nigga and that she's not gonna cheat on you?
I mean, that's the same thing that we say women are crazy for thinking, right? That her nookie is gonna be any different than the nookie that he cheated on her with. It doesn't make any sense. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna bring that golden nookie that you think you're gonna bring in order to make him not want to do that or not continue doing that. Is what I'm saying.
Wait, what Journey Mom say? That's dumb logic. Okay.
Black says that's sign for no.
No, this is no. I thought this was no, not this. Yeah, you did this.
That's what he did.
Yeah, but he did this. Exactly. Yeah. Don't. Cause ladies be like.
I'm learning.
You know what I mean?
I'm double rich.
What's it called? But no, I agree with Black. I don't think that if you bag a chick that cheated on her man, that she's gonna cheat on you. I don't think that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's not my situation right now. By the way, let me make that very clear.
I'm not saying that.
I'm
but
making that very clear. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I don't believe that. I genuinely believe that because with that mentality, would you guys agree that then you guys got to think that once a cheater, always a cheater, huh?
No, I wouldn't say once a cheater, always a cheater, but you kind of lose them how you get them. I agree with that statement. I mean, if you kind of if the situation was entered through you like sneaking around and being with her, then I mean, I don't even think the sleeping together was the thrill. The thrill was the fact that you two were in a relationship and you were sneaking around. And once that thrill is gone, you're gonna want that thrill again. You're gonna want that high again.
All right, we gotta end this because she's saying I gotta come get my son. But let me say this. Let me say this. Wait, by the way, I power washed the house. All right. I'm sorry. All right. Hold on.
Black is going no. Black is going no.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say this. That whole statement about the whole you get them, you lose them how you get them. That's so stupid to me. Cause there was thrill when she first met you at the club and y'all started talking and everything. So when she goes to the club, are you gonna lose her when she goes to the club? That mentality,
I'm saying
it's a dumb statement.
I'm talking about the relationship aspect. If you found out she was in a relationship, or she found out you was in a relationship, or y'all both was in relationships and y'all decided to have relations with each other while in relationships, then I don't see the point in you thinking that if you get into a relationship with this person, that there is not an opportunity for that person to now find another relationship to go and sleep with somebody else while in a relationship with you. That's all. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't expect a drug addict to all of a sudden not want drugs because I put them in a nice house and I give them food and I give them everything they need. It just doesn't make any sense. They're gonna still want that old thing. They're gonna want that feeling, bro. And I feel like that's what it is.
Okay.
That's me personally.
All right. We're gonna touch back up on this next week.
Yeah, we definitely.
For everybody that did join us today, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all drop a like in the actual thing, not in the chat, but in the actual video. And I'm gonna chop this up. I'm actually gonna do things differently. I don't care. Don't tell me not to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm gonna do things differently now. I'm not gonna be making clips for Instagram first. I'm fixing my YouTube videos first, and then making the clips so that way you can go from the Instagram clips to the YouTube videos. All right. Love y'all. Have a good night. One love. Black. Fix your shit, nigga. Fix your shit.